And we are live Sunday night with those guys, and Sunday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys. What's up? What's up, everyone? How are you? Welcome back to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. If it's your first time here, welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. What's up, Herman? How are you?
Hey, how you doing? How's everyone else out there doing? Chat.
Well, we shall see in a bit. It's nice out along the East Coast. Everyone's out hanging out. I'll expect a few people to start popping in randomly with the nice weather and everything.
Good
What's good
weather.
with you?
I mean, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to, I had a, I'm quite sure a lot of people that come to the chat, so a lot of these same people who are friends within Facebook and some of the same groups, drone groups and stuff like that. But they saw that I had posts. I was in the hospital, and I'm all right. Everybody, just the doctors just wanted to do some run some tests and do some things because I was sick. Everybody knew that a month before why I had
Yeah.
I was out, but that they just wanted to run some tests, so they dragged me down to the hospital to do these tests.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're back home now, chilling. What's up, SJM Drones? Your first one here. Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. Here you get the VIP seat. This is a special live stream for the early birds. Johnny Drone Flyer, what's good? How are you? Hope all is well. Happy Sunday to you down there in the Louisiana area.
Johnny,
Well, I got to fly this morning,
yeah, what's
but
good? Yeah.
I got out at I actually went out. It was about 8:30 ish, but I
Okay.
wanted to get out and fly because on the day that you have a live stream, every time I have a live stream, the day is beautiful out. When I don't have a live stream, I have nothing to do and I'm looking to fly, it's cloudy, there's fog, there's
Right.
rain, there's personal events going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it is, Herman. When we're ready to go fly and oh, the wind's gonna be at 10 miles per hour, but there's a fog.
Oh, I know how it is.
Yes. Well, anyway, hope you guys are doing well out there. We are supposed to have Ali come on, Sky Control Productions from
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii, but he's messaged me to let me know that he's still doing a gig and he'll be running late. So, however that turns out, we'll see if he gets a chance to come in here. Also, Fly Guy Merrill, how are you? I want to get this out the way real quick. Tomorrow night on Ray Kelly's live stream, I'm gonna be on there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
on Ray Kelly's personal live stream tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, I think, and then Thursday on Brant Ariel Gary's live stream, I'm gonna be on that one as well.
Uh-oh.
So
See you
I
on
guess I'm I guess I'm traveling the circuit now.
you're on
I guess so. I guess that's what you call it. You do it. You've been on Ken Herron. You've been on Ray Kelly's. You've been on Gary's. You've been on Johnny Drone Flyer and them.
well,
You've been on a few.
you gotta thank the world for every little appearance you can get.
Oh well, you know what? It's inevitable. Eventually, you wind up making it to the lives to everyone's live stream. Big Matt, Sunday, what's good? Fly Guy Merrill, Big Matt, SJM, Johnny Drone Flyer. It's still early. Some people, to be honest, for it to be so nice out and to be Memorial Day weekend, I know there's a lot of people out, but I figured a few people would pop in and out randomly
Okay.
within, whether they do or not, they can always watch the replay, which I do know a few people do wind up doing as well. But anyway, it's Sunday, 5/29/2022, and It's beautiful outside. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
People are barbecuing. You don't hear the screaming kids?
No.
Good, but I hear them. They're all barbecuing across the street in the park. The
Okay.
kids are screaming. Everyone's having fun. There's a nice breeze through the window.
In the
Weather's pretty
park
good.
right across the street
Yeah.
out of school.
Mm-hmm.
Thought there was a ball field on the playground.
It's a small playground for like toddler type kids, and then at the end they have workout equipment, basketball courts. They have a volleyball net up that people play volleyball on, and then there's a track that people walk around. It's actually it's not a quarter mile track. It's half of that, which is an eighth of an knot, because I think you have to go around 8 times just to make 1 mile.
That's the same track he was.
Oh yeah, with my sister. Yeah, yeah. Hey, drone visuals. Those of you don't know what Herman's laughing about. I'm talking to him on the phone, and I'm supposed to be getting ready to fly, and I go, oh, there's my sister walking the track. Now, if you know anything from back in the day, walking the track meant that's what hookers did. Walk the track back and forth for their pimps. So he bust out laughing, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that didn't sound too kosher." Happy Memorial Day weekend, guys! Glad to see you guys there. Big Matt, what's good? You still need to get out here and get those buildings, Matt. Those white buildings, Matt. You need to come out here and get. And
Well,
and
Lawrence,
what? Yeah,
you know, now that I'm how they call it, somewhat officially retired
right.
with the weather changing. I'm trying to get everything.
Oh, I hear you. I do hear you. Um, these buildings here, Matt. Move out the way. You need to come out here and catch these buildings, man. Definitely. Well, now that you're retired, yeah, you can actually afford to pull a Ray Kelly and travel and fly and travel
Oh no,
and
no,
and
I can't do Ray Kelly.
Iceberg. Thank you very much for the $20 super chat. We appreciate it very, very much.
No, I can't do a Ray Kelly.
Oh, fly from New York down to Florida and stay there 3 months and then come back.
No, no, can't do a Ray Kelly. Ray Kelly does he's the international guy. You know, he flies down to Florida
Yeah,
and then
I appreciate the super chat, Iceberg. You know what it is?
flies down
He
to Florida in his jet and he hangs out on his boat. And he flies his drone. That dude is almost a superhero if you think about it.
you
Like
may
think about
have
it. I mean, like Batman just kept to himself, but
right.
Ray Kelly is more
Ray
outgoing.
Ray's more outgoing, right? He's
Right.
more of a socialite. Yeah.
But Captain Ray's got the boat.
I know. He got the boat, he has the cars.
Right, he got the cars here in New York. He got the cars
He,
down in Florida. He's got
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
guys.
Gets all the discounts at all the places that we go to. He's living the life of Riley, right?
That dude.
Yeah, they're living the life of Riley. Um, well,
Now,
I
bro,
hope you guys I hope you guys got a chance to get out and fly this week. It's been nice. All I can say is if you're here in the New York area, we know that in the evenings it gets a little breezy and then the weather just dies off.
mhm.
There were a bunch of guys out in New York City flying last night from NYC 5 Borough. Iron Man Ray Kelly. There you go. That's the name for him. Iron Man Captain Ray Kelly.
Mhm.
Um, there were a few guys from NYC 5 Borough out the other night flying. I was looking on their page. They didn't see where, but there were a bunch of them taking pictures.
Secret
Good to
location.
see good to see you, Herminator. What's up, Rob C? Chris.
What's up,
How are
Ron?
you, man? Drone Life RC. I'm actually in Calvert. Drone Visual says he's in Calvert. All
Okay,
right. All right. That's what's up, man. When you gonna come out here to Rockaway and hang out one day, man? I'll fly camera drone or FPV. It doesn't matter. You got an invite to come out here, come out to Rockaway, bro. What happened?
no, I was asking what he was flying over at Calvert.
Yeah, what are you flying, bro? Over there? And are you in the airfield or are you along the perimeter of the park? Where exactly are you in Calvert?
What's good, man?
Or you might not want to divulge that information.
Oh, what?
Steven, the flyby guy, Steven is back home. I believe Steven is back home. He's traveling from Germany out there doing inspections in Germany. I had asked him what 3D software he was using. He had let me know. Usually when I have a tech, he's flying the Air 2S, Herman,
Okay,
on visuals. Okay.
good bird.
Well, well, the sun is out, the sky is blue, and I do not see a cloud. Well, there's maybe a few cirrus clouds out, but that's about it. Very thin. But happy Memorial Day weekend to you if you celebrate that here in the United States.
Did
Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. We appreciate each and every one of you for showing up.
you
Um,
get any pictures?
huh?
Did you get a chance to get any pictures?
Did I get any pictures? What do you mean? For
Memorial Day, any
Oh, no, no. I flew FP. I burned 3 packs this morning. I burned two 6S on my faster, my 6-inch Chimera, and I burned one 4S, which gave me 16 minutes, 16-minute flight. That was it. I didn't
I,
get any snap any pictures today.
the only thing I actually took pictures of since I've been, you know, well, the last time I got to fly was with that day you and I went out.
Yeah, Steven Exon, are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just, it's just a whole long thing. I was saying I had said earlier, I was always one of those guys that how they say it? I'm old school. Just rub some dirt on it and let's go. So the
You
doctor
didn't see what I put. You didn't see what I put in the chat. He just needed to be oiled like a car.
so this new doctor that I have looked at my medical history, said I'm good, but they looked at family history
Click
and
that like button, guys, if you didn't.
crazy, and they just hauled me in for because I haven't been to the doctor other than for the injuries that I have in like years. So the doctor was like, "Oh no, no." They dragged me
Okay.
in there and they did everything. I was like, "Oh, everything needs to be done. Everything needs to be done."
Well, I know you're like me. I'm
I
not
don't
one
have any blood
that's
or
big.
urine or anything left in me, man.
I'm not big on anything that has to do with extensive stays in the hospital. Period. I'm a firm believer. If you go into a hospital and you're not sick, you're gonna get sick. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well,
Pretty much. It's just maybe it's just me. To open, they opened up your trunk or the hood. Oh, the sky control's coming in. Big Matt says.
they
Oh,
did a full detailing, man.
they did a detailing.
Full detailing.
Wow. Sky controls here in the lower left-hand corner. You have to switch to what camera you're using in the menu and if you're familiar with Zoom, and in the lower right hand corner you have to tell it what microphone you're using. Ollie.
Oh, that's how you gotta do it.
Well, his picture His logo is up, but I don't see him
Mhm.
or hear him. So I usually that's the problem. Give us a second. We're trying to get Sky Control Productions in here. Usually it's one of the two in the lower left hand corner where it says video. You may have to click on the video camera if it has a red line through it. There we go. See?
Now what
Can you
about
hear me?
sound? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Sound a little distant, but we can hear you.
How about now?
That's better. That's right. Move that damn mic closer.
I got my clients hitting me up. They trying to sorry I'm late. They tried to go home after the session, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be here at 10. I gotta go, and dealing with the public, but whatever. I'm here. Thank you guys.
Hey,
Okay.
business is business.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
How you
look
been?
Where I
at
want to
this
be though.
way.
This is where I wanted to be.
Okay, so
Well-
how have you been since we last spoke?
Me, I've been pretty good. Just been pretty busy. Just staying busy. I just focus. You know what I'm saying? I've been got into some solar inspections a little bit,
All right.
and we're still learning on that, and waiting on the results for that to come back.
Okay.
Okay, so did you have to take some type of test, or is it a course that you're
Well,
taking?
see, what I'm actually doing is just collecting the data, so I don't have to analyze it or anything. If you analyze the data, then you got to be certified in that. But what I'm doing is just collecting.
Right.
And
Right.
so I got to do it, but the way I collect it has to be fucking perfect, or sorry, it has to be perfect so the guys can do their job.
Right, I got you. I got
It's kind
you.
of stressful, but
So are
I'm
you
trying to get
using a mapping program to collect this data, or you're doing manual shot?
a mapping program on the Mavic 2 Enterprise.
Okay, okay. All right, that's what's up. They keep busy, man.
And then I'm also coming into the FPV game, coming in hot. I got my Cinelog 35 just came in. I'm waiting on my goggles to come in, and I already got my batteries. Just waiting on my goggles.
Okay. All right. All right. See, I was kind of hoping those couple of those flights over the water real quick would inspire you.
Yeah. I've been watching. Just
I
sitting and
don't
patiently
do
waiting.
the surfer thing, but they've been out there and I didn't have my camera drone, so I'm like, you know what? I can do a couple of flybys and a few hovers. I have some footage, but that's basically it. But
Yeah.
we gotta get Herman in the FPV. I got a bird who can fly.
Do you have your drone formal coded?
Yo, yes.
Your FPV? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get that one done, but
Get
maybe
the
on my other one.
silicone. Get the silicone base. Do not get the acrylic base conformal coating. Get the silicone base because it's flexible and it's more like a gel. The acrylic base gets hard, and from what I understand, I brought a bottle, and before I even opened it, they said, "Don't even open it. Get silicone, because what happens, it gets hard and protects it, but it chips." So if you have crashes or bangs or abrupt stops, or there's any sharp damage done, it chips, but the silicone doesn't. So it's got to be silicone based. But anyway, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're not doing a whole lot. There's people are probably out barbecuing and doing everything else. Ray Kelly, what's good, man? I'll see you tomorrow night on your live stream.
Hey, Kelly.
We were just talking about you, Ray.
Just a little bit.
We call you someone in the chat, Big Matt, call you Iron Man Ray Kelly, because you're living a life, Ray Kelly. Going back and forth from New York to Florida, the way I travel back and forth from New York from Queens to Brooklyn.
Was that the guy who did the meetup in Florida?
Yeah. One of yeah.
International man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I don't think I'm subscribed. I'm gonna have to get on that one. Ray Kelly is his handle.
Yeah, he's right
Yeah,
there in the chat. Ray Kelly.
yeah, he's right in the chat there.
Adventures
If you can see
with
the
Ray
chat,
Kelly.
just
But you know, it's funny. Like I said, Lawrence, if you look at it like Batman was just dark. You know what I mean? He kept to himself.
yeah,
Ray Kelly's more outgoing. He's back and forth. He's got the boat.
I know Ray Kelly's the
You know
true
what I'm saying?
playboy type, out mingling with the crowd, you
He's,
know.
he's like this close to being a superhero. I'm telling you, all he gotta do is fight crime now.
I think
Well,
there's I read something that there's over 400 billionaires out there in the world, and none of them stepped up to be Batman. None of them.
That's sad. That's sad, right?
None of them.
That's because they want to live. They think they can live to spend all that money.
Right?
It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, yeah, I guess, but whatever. If you got the
can't
money,
get insurance. You can't get insurance to cover people shooting at you on the regular.
I mean, it depends on the crime you're trying to stop, though. Parking
This is-
tickets, jaywalkers.
Parking tickets. Did you guys check out the story that I sent you about the U.S. Indoor Challenge for first responders?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I wanted that to be the first story because this is interesting. These companies, I have to read their names first. Capital Consulting Corporation, Kansas State University, NIST, and PSCR. These companies have come up with this idea of putting together a first responders challenge, meaning they want you to come up with an idea of a drone, a concept of a drone that would help first responders in places that you don't want to send a human into. Basically, they want you to compete for $685,000 in total prizes. So I guess that's not the full purse of it. They must have, first place, second place, third, whatever. But it all totals $65,000 in prizes. And basically, what they want you to do is imagine a scenario where first responders need to go into a place that a human can't go into. But not only do they want you to design a drone to do this, but it needs to be able to work in a GPS deprived environment. Meaning it could be in a mountain, it could be in a cave, it could be in the basement of a collapsed building.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to come up with a drone and a design of drone that's functionable, and they're going to have this little challenge and offer prizes and money for it. And who knows where that could take off.
Well,
I didn't see anything in the article about patents or anything.
No.
I wondered, do you get that too?
Right, but I think what this thing sparks is a cross between the amateur, as far as saying like the school level project, and see that's what I didn't get from it, or whether or not it's like certain company based marketing, because you're talking about GPS denied environments, and I understand they want an indoor drone is what the whole thing is with it. We're looking for. Yes, we start talking about GPS denied environments. So now we start getting into more of somebody who's more knowledgeable in these type of systems, some like certain things like LiDAR and things like that would be necessary for things like that. So this is interesting. This may spark a lot of things on the college level, because remember when we talked about how Elaine Chow had gave these grants for all these colleges, and I see one of them is mentioned in this article for the improvement in the studies in UAS, and you had to have been working towards either a 2-year or 4-year degree with the emphasis in some sort of studies in this, and these are the type of things, like I said, you see spark from this, because now they can get the next generation of thinkers, people who develop some certain technologies that they can use for other, other systems somewhere else, just based on a contest like this. Look at the space shuttle. Where did the space shuttle come from?
True.
Wasn't
Concept.
an idea from somebody in NASA.
True. But Ollie, don't you think that this is we need to do stuff like this to get kids interested in doing these type of things, because there are companies out there that are already established. There's a company called Brink, BRINK, and they have a drone that has a glass breaker on it. It flies in GPS deprived environments, and they even sent some over to Ukraine.
But I mean, to get started with this, I mean, yes, there's your FPV builders and all, but I mean, let's take me for example. Your normal guy who hasn't built his first FPV yet. There's no way I can enter this contest. This contest is not for me. It's way above my head. I can maybe offer a suggestion like, hey, it'd be cool if they could do this, but it's actually putting in practicality. I can't even begin to start with this. This is out of my league.
Yeah, but it may inspire them to go further, because like all a drone is are motors, a body,
Yeah.
ESCs, which control your motor speeds, and a flight controller, which with a camera that controls everything else. And now you take those 5 things and you add motion sensors.
Mm-hmm.
An FPV drone is already GPS deprived, unless you put a GPS chip on it, like I do some of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's feasible. I mean, it may spark an idea in someone's head.
Now watch this. Now, if that was the case, just like what I said to you before about Android phones and stuff like that, then why would anybody buy the most expensive one if they were all the same?
True.
There has to be something that makes it unique. And this is where with this contest comes in, because now you have to show functionality and ability to be able to do something that is needed in that area.
Well, they in the article it says, could your UAS win a competition for the most agile and cost-effective drone? So they're when you say cost-effective, all right, you want to be able to produce with a high output. Everybody understands that.
Right.
But I have a video here, and why isn't this showing me? There we go.
It's not my fault.
In my mind, I'm picturing a Phantom with FPV controls in it that can do something. That's in my mind immediately. Like somebody took the motors out the FPV, took out the ESC, and they just put it in the Phantom, FPV motors and ESC into a Phantom, and then go and try to do some crazy stuff.
That would work.
That's in my mind.
If it's tuned for smooth cruising and stuff like that, that would be fine. One of the stories that we're doing later on has to do with a drone company that took a drone and put a cage around it, and now they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, going into volcanoes, tubes, and stuff like that. Yeah. And we've been talking about them since they had the Helios 1, and now they're up to the 3. But I wanted to show this here only because they want you to go through this course right here. This is an example, but they basically want you to be able to send in a drone. And now we know that's a Mavic series DJI drone. Okay. They don't want, and this is FPV. So like you said, Ollie, that is true. You will need something with the maneuverability of an FPV drone, but handles like a Phantom.
Yeah. When I was reading this, that's what it was going through my mind. Like, boom, right there. A Phantom.
Right now, even this is too big, but the Brinks drone is actually pretty close to that perimeter, that size. It's pretty close to that size. Now, they're using a Mavic to do this, I don't know how they have the mat, everything tuned, but solution description, they want you to give a description of what your idea, then they want you to design a prototype, and then they want you to be able to run this prototype on their course in a live testing situation
Mhm.
where
It
humans are.
sounds like they fired their head engineer and took his salary and put it in the contest.
You know what? That might be interesting.
It was
That
like, oh, you guys will
seriously-
never do anything without me. You never do anything. You're fired. And it was like, all right. And they entered this contest. And they're trying to replace him. I got that vibe going.
Hold on. All right. See, Ray Kelly's flossing because he's flossing now because he just sent me a picture on how he's watching those guys. So we talk about like Bruce. We talk about like Bruce Wayne. Ray Kelly is the modern day Bruce Wayne. This is how he's checking out those guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna share the photo right now. He's sitting in front of his koi pond. You know, he just put some fresh koi in there. There's the pool. He's got the flag up for Memorial Day. He's
That's how you
living the
do
life.
it.
He's
That's how
living
you
the
do
life,
it.
man. Got
Where's the drone controller?
the waterproof wicker table. He's enjoying things. That's good. I'm glad to say I know like Iron
Somebody
Man
is
Ray
doing
Kelly. Yeah, at least somebody's doing it and enjoying life. I mean, it all can't be bad. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, was that New York or Florida?
Now see, that's the question of the day. But I believe that's his New York apartment. I think he has koi
I think that's
here
the
in
New
New
York
York.
house.
I could be wrong. No, he has koi fish in Florida.
Does
Where
it?
are you,
Yeah.
Ray?
It's kind of cold for koi fish in Florida, in New York, yeah?
Yeah, it is. So that's got to be Florida, because he just put a bunch of new koi fish in that pond. That's definitely down in Florida.
Yeah, they gotta have warm. There's a lot of koi fish out here, and it gotta be warm weather for that.
Yeah, well, see, living the life of Riley, nothing wrong with that. Like you said, Herman, I'm glad somebody's doing it.
Yeah, Ray Kelly's doing it up.
For real. But getting back to this story, I think it's pretty good that they are actually doing this USA Indoor Challenge for first responders, because even though there are companies out there doing it, this may inspire someone that says, well, hey, I know how to engineer something like that, and my boy knows how to build them.
Well, like I said before, I think that this is going to bring out the kids from these, well, I shouldn't say kids, these young men and women who are working in these college programs, developing.
Okay,
stuff
see
right
now this is becoming something we might start doing on the live stream, but and keeping these pictures. But another viewer sent in how they were watching us. Drone Bum is checking us out on the flat screen on the wall. We appreciate that, Ollie.
Nice.
Thank you much with the Bud Light.
Nice.
Hold on, with the
With
Bud
the
Light
Bud,
conveniently
with
turned.
the feet up.
Uh-huh. That's
Nice.
we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. I'm gonna download these pictures and keep them for future use. That's much appreciated.
One thing about that competition is that I hope that if anybody enters it,
Hey, John.
they don't steal their ideas. Because I just see in my mind, I think so cynical sometimes. I don't know. It's just I think that there's gonna be engineers taking notes in the background and shit, like trying to steal their ideas.
Well, you know what? I would kind of. What'd you say, Herman?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, say what you were gonna say, because I was gonna say. Go ahead, say.
Well, all I can say is it may be cynical, and you do have to play devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. But I want to say this, and this is jokingly but serious. Mm-hmm. If it were the military, mm-hmm. I'd worry. But these guys seem to be a little sincere, but everyone starts out sincere. All charlatans sound sincere when they're trying to get your money. Right? You know, so
Exactly.
let's
like I
hope it
said
goes
before,
somewhere.
you know,
Seriously, let's hope it goes somewhere. What, Herman?
before before it can be implemented, it has to go through so many different stages. You know, whatever it is that, if it's something that you like, talking about ideas and plans that somebody might have to get. So say someone comes into the contest with something that they see that they might want to use. It has to go through different stages before it can even be implemented. So I wouldn't worry so much about that because, like I said before, this is something that where the next generation technology may come from. You
Right.
know, these type of contests like this. You
I mean,
know,
I hope it goes good, but in my mind, we all know how big corporations work. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. You know what I'm saying? Someone else in his factory did. So it's like, I just think of it as just big corporations step on little guys, step on inventors. I wish it doesn't seem, I just wish that they had some kind of protection because they're going to come with this working drone. And what's to stop the head engineer to say, you know what, that's a great idea. We're going to use that for ours. And that's it. And not
Ray
even
Kelly.
pick that guy as a winner.
Ray Kelly says he agrees with you, Ollie, because I understand I understand what you're saying, but I'd like to first give Harley FPV. What's up, Greg? I would honestly like to give everybody that first step, that first chance.
As a human, you should.
And it's not easy for me. Herman knows.
well,
It's not easy for me,
once
bro.
again, if you're working on things like this, right, and this is not a chump change contest, because once again we're talking about something that can operate on GPS denied environments. Now, I don't know the extent of this contest. Or you're looking for it on like I said, on the schoolyard level, or you're looking at this on the top shelf level to actually get
Yeah.
something out of it. If
Yeah.
that's the case, then you're going to get some people who have been studying this thing, these, you know, have been working on these things, and they have their patents, and they're going to come to this thing with their programs, and they're going to have their patents. So worried about stealing it, well, like I said, they're going to have their patents on their things on what they're working on.
Let's just say like a Josh Bardwell, you know, comes in with his Frankenstein drone that's fire retardant. And then, you know, the fire department's like, hey, yeah, what are you using right there? If he doesn't protect himself or have the knowledge or business know-how to be like, yo, I'm keeping this under wraps until we sign some paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm just cynical. I'm just me.
No,
My
you
own
have
personal deep dark thoughts. You know, I just hope there's paperwork involved to protect the inventor. That's it.
Yeah, I would like to hope so as well.
And if there isn't, big red flag.
I'm going to take it for granted until I hear 3 years from now that the contest, if it works, and I'm hoping it does, like you guys. Seriously,
Because
I hope it does.
Diesel fuel was supposed to be off vegetable oil, but the major companies was like, nah, we get more money if we use gas and ether and all this other stuff. We're supposed to be using peanuts and vegetable oil right now, not diesel and gas. You know what I'm saying? Like BP and Texaco are the reasons why we're using them. If it was up to the inventors and society, we'd be using water and vegetable oil. It's not like French fries on the highways. But no, we're using gas at $5 a gallon. So people are holding us back for profit. Not people, but some major corporations have the power to do so. And when I see companies ask this, like Apple doesn't ask for our opinion, Android doesn't ask for our opinion, Samsung doesn't ask for our opinion. So why are these guys doing it?
Yeah. He says, ah.
Paperwork. Just show me the paperwork.
Hey, Third Eye, what's good, man? Hope all is well. Well, happy Memorial Day to you guys. Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. I'm surprised people are even in here at all. I would be, if I had a barbecue to go to, trust me, I might be there with barbecue sauce in my mustache and everything. But I didn't have one to go to. So it is what it is. And plus, we rarely miss Sunday streams unless it's Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Some holiday.
Christmas, and
Some
and
holiday.
what happened, Herman?
Some holiday.
Some
Is
holiday.
there a National Drone Day?
No.
We should make one.
What's up, John?
There's a
Third Eye, what's good, man?
there is.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, flight fanatics? James Earl, where are you in
James,
America
what's good,
today?
man?
He's a truck driver, so I know he's somewhere. Are you in New York relaxing? Or are you out on the road or on your way back to New York? What's going on? Anyway, there's a company out there called Parazero.
Really?
Parazero is a company that 4 years
Been
ago,
around a minute.
huh?
They've been around
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, 4 years ago they came up with this
Crashes,
idea
drones everywhere.
that the DJI Phantom 4 and the other drones should be able to have a parachute unit. Parazero was one of the first. Hold on. Parazero was one of the first people to come up with a chute system for drones. Like I said, 4 years ago they came up with this, and now Parazero is trying to accumulate more money. And what I mean by more money, you sometimes your funding may go slow. Okay. And you may need money for research and development or whatever. So what they're doing is they are creating an IPO. They're going public. Okay, I know this was a shitty video, but that was the best one I could find without people babbling for a half hour. But for those of you who don't know what's that, Herman?
No, go ahead. I'm
For
listening.
those of you who don't know what an IPO is, it's an initial public offering. Now, what Parazero is doing with this IPO, they're saying, we are willing to give up 2.5 million shares of our company to be offered at $5, anywhere from $5.20 a share to $7.20 a share to increase income coming into the business. They claim they're trying to hit a $58 million mark, and this is a good way of doing it. What do you think? They're only offering 16 million that way. Wait a minute. Did I read that right? They're trying to raise 16 million by offering $2.5 million at $5.20 and $7.20. I'm sorry. I was like skipping back and forth through the paragraph. The company itself, I think the market value of Parazero is worth 58 million.
Really? Parazero is worth 58 million.
Well, they're saying Parazero Technologies would command a full diluted market value of 58 million. So it provided they get to 16 million.
Provided they get that. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. They're not there yet, but this is their right.
I've seen some of the other technologies that's out there.
Hey, Uncle Bill's Toys.
And I've seen if Parazero still has the same parachute that I saw before, then Parazero has a lot of work left to be done.
Of course they
do. We covered a parachute a few weeks ago that they had for the Mavic 3, and this thing was still flyable after it had to abort mission with the usage of this parachute. Now, everything that I see with Parazero, you got to collect your shit and call DJI Key Refresh.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. one other thing I did notice with this particular company, Para Zero,
Our
there a lot of
parachutes
these
are good, but you
parachute.
got two broken
Huh?
legs.
What
Our
happened?
parachutes are good, but you got two broken legs.
Yeah, yeah. The parachutes only slow down the drones from falling.
Right,
Right. They do not bring it to a gentle landing.
right. They're not designed to protect the drone. They're designed to protect other people that it
Right.
may.
So if it fell and bust you in the head, you would have a pretty decent chance of coming away with a few scratches as opposed to
A
getting
bust
bust in the head with a drone traveling at 60 miles per hour times 60 miles per hour
getting
every second.
lacerated, yeah, and then having a laceration of the
Now,
skin.
is that a automatic feature that the parachute would deploy, or do you have to hit a
Yes.
button for it?
Yes, it is. That you can deploy it. I believe from what I understand, it's a gyroscope operated parachute. So if the drone passes a certain angle of degree upon falling, because drones are top heavy,
Its
they're going to
critical
lean
angle of attack
anyway. Huh?
beyond its critical angle of attack.
Yes. Before right. So if it if it goes beyond a certain angle, it's going to deploy. So and most drones that do fall out of the sky tumble because they're top heavy. FPV is a little different because the entire vehicle is moving at that speed. Now, it depending on what you do when you hit a control will decide whether you flip or roll or spin. But usually they just fall out. And Herman, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look tired, man.
I'm fine. I'm reading and listening to you.
Oh, it's they've been around for a while, Ollie. And from
Yeah.
what I understand, if you had, like Herman said, if you have care refresh, and you
You're
can
gonna need it.
recover the drone, then you can send it in and have it repaired, because that care refresh only works if you can recover the drone, from what I understand. This is deepest regrets and love to respect all family members who have lost someone during the ultimate sacrifice for our country. I agree with you, Uncle Bill's Toys. Mike B, AK Drone Ranger. Hey, what's up? Things hit me in the head all the time. Hasn't changed me at all. I
Is that
hear you.
right?
I hear you.
That's
But
not good.
Ollie, they have a parachute system they've been around for a while. They're
Go by
proven,
OG, man. OG.
huh?
Ollie is my government name. Only people I owe money to call me Ollie, bro.
Well, what should I call you?
Please. OG.
OG? Okay. All right.
Ollie Grayson. OG.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Please. Thank you.
Not a
Every time I
problem.
hear Ollie, I'm like, damn, do I owe you money? Like, only bill collectors call me Ollie.
You didn't explain the OG thing to me the last time you were on.
My bad.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Kudos, Bill. Yes, Bill is right. That's why we are celebrating Memorial Day, for that reason, to celebrate people who were lost throughout all of the wars, not
Correct.
just war or the most recent one. But hey, Rigor Mortis, how are you? Tech support. Here. Thank you. But anyway, going on to the next story. IP Para Zero is offering $16 million of, oh no, $2.5 million of units for $5.20. I guess they need some new research and development equipment. They've been around since 2013.
So they're trying to sell. So they're trying to sell portions of themselves.
Yeah, and it plans to list under NASDAQ under the letters P
That's
R.
I mean,
What's that?
they do other things other than just
Yeah, yes, they do. They do.
That's interesting.
But they will be on NASDAQ under the symbol PRZO. So they say Parazero Technologies hold it and booked 1 million in revenue for 12 months. Okay. That's pretty much it.
Ooh.
I'm looking for a launch date. I thought I had read a launch date. I guess I was wrong.
What for? What?
For when they will become public on,
Oh,
you know what? You can see now, but the story's been around for a few days.
but you know
So,
what? If they didn't ring that opening bell, they
huh?
probably haven't gone yet.
But more than likely,
Well, I mean,
I'm more than sure.
big story for them.
Well, more and more companies are doing it. There are a few drone companies that are going public. Do we have these eVTOL companies that have gone public? William,
That's what I was
Joby,
saying. That would be easy for that. It's easier for them.
Drone Days. How are you?
But see, a company like Parazero, this is what I'm telling you. These companies that are developing these eVTOLs, remember,
Hmm.
they're going to
Well,
need parachute systems.
for those of you who are afraid that you may lose your drone, or it may drop out of the sky, check out Parazero. They're one of the many companies out there that make a parachute system. There's actually another company out there we did a story on a while back, Herman, that sells you a parachute system that you can repack yourself. I think the parachute system, Parazero chute needs to be repacked by the company.
So it's a one and done thing?
Yeah, most of those systems are, bro.
Oh.
But there is a company out there that has a self-packing chute.
Mm-hmm.
But there are very few. There's very maybe one or two
You know
out
what's
there.
crazy about that?
And what's that, Herman?
You out on the price of the chute, plus the drone legs is busted up.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Another drone.
Yes, yeah.
I ain't getting another one of them parachutes.
I mean, and are they one size fits all? Because if you put anything on a regular mini, it's gonna say it's an overload of payload. So it depends on the drone you got to put this on too.
I
don't think you need a parachute for the mini unless you bought the Mini 3 and
what would the parachute be? A napkin?
A moist towelette.
Yeah. Buy one, reverse engineer it, and build your own using a CAD and 3D printing.
What, the parachute?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what everyone else is doing, reverse engineering shit. And 3D printing it. They should make them for Florida drivers. Uncle Bill's toys that we may need something like that here in New York as well, but it may not work. Can you imagine a bunch of parachutes all over the streets?
Are we talking about parachutes?
Yeah.
What are we making them out of?
I listen, I don't know. But here in New York, I don't think a chute would work. Honestly. I honestly don't think a parachute would work.
And then it depends on, I mean, I think a drone would reach critical damage at least at a 10-foot drop. So would the parachute deploy at 10 feet?
You definitely need more than 10 feet, bro.
Exactly.
I don't think you do.
You don't think so?
Nah.
For it to open and slow down?
See, hold on. See, now you're gonna make me go on YouTube and look for some parachute.
Look up terminal velocity and all this other shit. I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
Okay, drone.
I don't think it matters. Every one of those crashes that I've seen with that drone, it was cake mix.
Right.
With that parachute, straight to the ground. Doesn't matter. The higher you are, you're not getting any more crashes.
How much is the chute again?
Huh?
How much is the parachute?
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
Listen, I'm just looking for the stock.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna go to their site.
I'm looking right now. I can't find it.
I'm just looking for the stock. I don't care how much the chute costs.
I mean, if you
That's
do
what it
your
was
pre-flight
about. The
checklist,
stock.
Okay, parachute influential drones. They let's see, order now. Let's see, Power Zero. They have them. Hold it. Let me show you. Just show you what the hell I'm looking at. So
Right,
you
right,
don't
right.
see. So I'm not sitting here. I'm going ooh and ah, and you
So you
don't even know
can
what the hell
crash
I'm
land
looking
these
at.
Show
drones.
But
us.
they have them for all types of systems.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So one
Safe.
size fits all.
No, for the Mavic system, that shit is $2,000, bro. 2,000. Oh, look, $2,000 for the Phantom 4 Pro. Okay, now
Parachute costs
2,500.
as much as the
No,
drone.
if you have a
I'm
Matrice,
all on this stock.
if you have a Matrice, they start at 2,500. Let's see what's back here behind this
Matrice
one.
might be worth it.
The Matrice 600, 2,500.
I'm,
The
I'm-
Matrice
Yeah.
might be worth it.
you ever see how big that parachute is?
It's gonna be a
It
sail.
looks like a lunch bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, well, look at this. This is the system here on this Matrice version. Look at this big box up here, and that's on one of the. I think it definitely on a smaller for the Matrice 200 series, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You remember the Matrice 600 they had in the DJI store in Manhattan?
Yes. Yes.
When it was there.
Yeah.
That little cup or box that sat on the top of it,
Right here.
that was the
Yes.
parachute.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. But 2,500 for, like you said,
One
for
time use.
2,500 for a Matrice. Hell yeah.
They can repack
That
it.
might be worth it for the Matrice.
They can repack it.
But they actually have I'm just looking around. Oh, they're trying to sell other stuff too, but
Don't worry about it. You have to repair all of that anyway with the way those things land with those parachutes. I'm like, if the legs
Even
broke,
Marta said there's still airbags that deploy outside the car. Maybe airbags that deploy outside the car. In New York, you
I'm just
attach a
saying.
hand grenade.
I'm just saying with the way that they land, you're gonna tell me that okay, the legs on the drone broke, but you don't think that when for those legs for that thing to land that hard and break the legs, you don't think when you could bust somebody in the head that's it's gonna hurt still?
It's still gonna hurt, just not as much. It'll hurt more.
Okay, now let me ask you this one. The one that lowers my drone to the ground nice and gently. How much do you think that one is gonna hurt when it hits somebody in the head?
Just as much.
No, it's not.
Still hurt in the wallet. I'd rather buy another drone than the parachute.
You have a valid point there.
No, it's not, Lawrence, because if the drone landed on the ground, right?
Yeah.
The legs broke. The drone still has damage to it with that parachute. And they have parachutes that thing lands on the ground nice and gently on the ground, like how you land on the ground with the parachute. You come down with your parachute, and your legs are not broke up because it's not like, oh, it's like a free fall for like 70 feet.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. JC said
You're gonna tell me that those
hurt
two parachutes.
helmet.
You're gonna tell me those two parachutes, both drones, will hurt a person the same way? No,
on a real parachute, you got to pull the strings down to slow yourself down right before you hit the ground. If not, then you'll be like the old school paratroopers in the military who just jump out the planes and they just smack the ground. If you look at any paratroopers, any paratrooper that started and who got out, they're like 2 inches shorter because of compression on their spines and shit. Because they don't have those, I don't know what you call them, but there's these wires.
They're control lines. They're control wires.
Control wires. They don't have that on the drone. So that thing's just gonna smack.
All I'm saying too is that we watched the video. Lars showed the video with the drone on a parachute on this drone, and the drone landed nice and smooth on the ground. All I'm saying is that all of the Para-Zero videos I've seen, those drones need a repair.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually on the legs and stuff like that. You're 100% right. All right, now B&H Photo here in New York City has
Mhm.
that Para Zero system for the Phantom Force series for 1,700. For 1,800, 1,799.
Ooh, that's a discount.
That's a V2 right there. You want a parachute or another drone?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna
This is
have to
true.
get another drone anyway.
You
I
could
mean,
get
if you don't
another.
slow it, if you can't slow it down, then I don't know, man.
But it's not. It's not for what you can and cannot do. It's for when the drone cannot be recovered.
Right. Right. And therein lies the gimmick.
It's for when recovery is
A parachute is useless for what I do.
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Useless.
Over
Yeah.
water depth. Oh, here I found a video, Herman. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They don't land so nicely.
You're right.
You're right about that. But
Parachutes are
here's a
useless for what
video.
you do.
Here's a video from Ready Set Drone. Okay, now here's the bird right here. Okay, watch. Watch how it hits the ground. Well, they're just showing it fall, right? They're
That's a
making
free
it
fall.
like they're making it a controlled free fall. But watch when it hits the ground here. Watch it bounce. There's a piece fell off the battery right there. There's a battery. If you watch again, oh well, nope, that was back
Wait,
too far.
it's kind of hard for me to tell depth.
Yeah,
Is it on the ground?
here it is.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Wait,
Now
did the battery fall? What happened?
There's something. No, the canister, the top of the
Oh.
parachute popped off.
Okay.
If you watch, here it is again. Follow the mouse. Right here, right here.
Yeah.
Right now, the battery fell out right there. That little white dot right there is the battery. The drone is over here. So, like Herman says, that it may slow down the drone, but that's about it.
Still got
But maybe
Seen behind it though.
But for $1,700, you would think you'd want to land. You could land a little softer, huh?
Right. I want it with its pinky up drinking tea when it lands.
Yo, they need to put airbags on the drones that pop out.
Because switch deployable FPV shoot could be fun if you are able to deploy it and then release it. This is true too. But hey Angie, how are you? But this particular Para Zero system is designed so that if the drone passes a certain axis, is at a certain angle, that it will deploy. That's all. But that's enough about that. I wanted to really talk about this story here. We've been doing stories about flyability for 2.5, almost 3 years now. When we started doing stories about this company, they had the Helios 1. Well, the Helios 2, we did a story on Wednesday night with those guys about how they used it to go into Chernobyl to check radiation levels in places where humans couldn't go. The Helios drone, if you're not familiar with it, is a drone inside of a cage, and the Helios 3, they've designed it to do 3D mapping while it's flying through the air. So you can go into a place virtually that they've never been before, and even if this drone can't see, well, it has plenty of floodlights, that LiDAR system on the back is 3D mapping. And this story goes on to show how they were using this LiDAR system to map lava tubes. You remember in Iceland, the volcano? Well, those tubes are starting to cool. And what they found out was they actually went into one of these lava tubes, but in 6 seconds, the temperature can go from as hot as 60 degrees to about 200 degrees in seconds. And they actually did lose a Helios 2 doing this. But the Helios 3 seems to be able to map out areas not only that, but they can tell where the hotter spots are with this Helios 3, etc.
Well, you know what, Lawrence? If you don't mind, I'd like to tell you a little bit about this Helios 3 because we talk so much about the Helios 2 and Chernobyl and why it was used, and the fact that it can go into GPS denied environments and operate in places where you would be afraid to send a man based on its LiDAR system. But they now have improved this LiDAR system, and also with the functionality of this new integrated screen that they have here with that what they say, real-time delivery of the 3D mapping with this
Yes.
with NVIDIA's software
Mm-hmm.
and their SLAM-based stabilization.
Yes.
3D. Yeah, this is crazy because you're talking about a 4K camera, right? And they also have unobstructed
This is it here.
180 degree field of view.
Yes.
And this
red
camera
can
also has a distance sensor and a thermal camera built into it. And you talk about being able to take close-up images when there is no light at all because of the fact that it has a built-in LED system that has 16,000 luminance.
Yeah.
That this drone is serious, and this is the type of drone that contest that we were talking about is looking to produce.
They're looking for more stuff like this. Exactly. Which is kind of why
this is why I said, like, what level are they looking for in that contest? But we talk about this. We know what flyability is capable of because we know them from past drones in the past. Like the Helios 2 was a serious drone. Being able to fly into places where man cannot go.
Well, that's the main purpose of this.
To be able to see its way through and be able, to be able to, now this system that they have now, you can actually see the same maps that this thing is producing in real time.
Right. And that's why I like the story a lot, mostly because they can go into an environment they've never been in before and map it exactly. Tell the height, distance, everything around it because they're using that LiDAR system as it flies through. It doesn't need GPS. It doesn't need
Sorry, that reminds me of the movie of Alien versus Predator when they went to the home world and they sent the drones out to map out the nesting place, the nesting place of the eggs and shit.
Yep, that's the same exact concept.
There's only one knock on it.
What's that?
It's only got 12 and a half minutes flight time.
Yeah, I know. 12 and a half minutes.
6 minutes back.
But keep in mind, 12 and a half minutes, believe it or not, to a drone pilot that has never flown a drone is a lot of time because I had the 3DR Solo, and the 3DR Solo offered 15 minutes.
It wasn't working.
And with wind and everything, I learned to do videos in 11 minutes. Get all my shots in 11 minutes and bring it home for one video to put in another battery, and each battery to me. Now I'm flying DJI shit, half hour plus. My Air 2S is what, 31 minutes? Your Mavic 3 is what, 47 minutes? Right?
It's 40-something minutes, but
Yeah, just like, and it does fly like a Sinwu. Oh, you're right. Rigor Mortis said just like the movie Prometheus. They had.
Also, I was a comic book kid growing up, and it was a comic book guy named Mr. Terrific, one of the smartest guys in DC. He had these 3 computer drones always following them, and he always sent them ahead to scout out for bad guys and shit. And like seeing the Helios is like, man, this is science is life is imitating science, man, or imitating art.
It's funny you say that because that's the same concept that Volkswagen had with the drones in the Audi, for them to be used as the headlights and fog and be able to go out in front of the vehicle and see what's out in front of it.
Crazy.
And the fun thing about it is this drone can crash and land upside down and rewrite itself using turtle mode. So
it sits in the basket.
yeah. That's because the Helios 2 that they lost was due to the fact that the temperature went from, I think, normal 60 degrees to 200 in seconds, and the Helios couldn't handle the heat and dropped inside the lava tube. Now they were able to. The story goes on to say they were able to recover it, but they realized that they needed something else, and by adding LiDAR, I think that was it.
Well, the next thing that is funny is a lot of the research that can come from these things, like the minerals that may be developing things that we've never seen.
Right, in the lava tubes.
Right, things that we've never seen before. And we all know that this ash makes for growing fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, vegetation.
Yeah, look at you know OG in Hawaii there, volcanic islands.
Yeah, you got the big. Well, they say
volcanic soil.
Create the best pineapple, and they've tried to recreate it.
And that red dirt.
And they've tried to recreate it around the world, and
they can't. Now, what you had mentioned, Herman, is that 180-degree camera. This camera also has an infrared on it. There's the LiDAR system, but this cage is put together in about 10 minutes. It's just a little puzzle system. But this camera can look straight up, straight down. Now, if you look at this, Rigor Mortis was pointing out, it looks like a sin whoop. It basically is, but the ducts are tilted in the front here. These are flat in the back, and these are slowly tilted on an angle, you notice. Maybe that had something to do with performance, the handling of it. But from what I can see, hold on, sorry. With these between...
unobstructed 180-degree field of view.
Yes, straight up and straight down, unobstructed. And it even has obstacle avoidance sensors right here, looking up at an angle, down at an angle, and straight ahead at an angle. So they keep improving on it. They're up to the 3. I'd like to see what the hell the 4 can do.
And it has a sensor on it where it senses distance.
Right. Now you notice, and they're waterproof. It can hit things, it can fall out of the sky as long as this cage doesn't obstruct those engines, but it is waterproof, and they tested it in all conditions. Hit total darkness. Detail on it is supposed to be really good. The Helios 2 was good, and this one they improved on the camera system, Herman. Because the Helios 2, I don't think, had a 180-degree camera. And it's in 4K, a distance sensor, and of course a thermal camera. Everything you need in a drone.
Really?
Well, to do this type of search and rescue, yeah. Yeah. Now, to look at 4K in total darkness, this picture's pretty crispy.
That's nice.
Well, that's because of the system that it has for the...
Right.
You got 16,000 lumens.
Yeah, those LEDs, yes. That can turn total darkness and make it look like a little mini sun.
Yeah, that's a great shot, especially in the dark.
Right. Now, the 12 and a half minute flight time, you see how many batteries he had there, right?
Yeah, they have a little...
Probably $900 a battery.
He had, hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries at 12 minutes.
Yeah, they got a charging thing. They had it for the 2, so they must have it for this one.
Yeah, but you can do all kinds of line inspection, all of this stuff. And Helios seems to be the only company that so far has been, well, no, Brinks does it security-wise. Helios seems to be more industry-driven.
Mm-hmm. So
But
they doing their thing.
if you want to check out the video with sound, here's the
I
link.
was impressed when they flew
train,
this.
what's good?
When they flew the two into
Into
train when they flew
Chernobyl.
two into Chernobyl.
Right, they actually went inside the reactors.
I was impressed with that one.
No, back in the day, I know Mike Rowe, the guy who did Dirty Jobs. I know he wished he had that Helios. He went into the sewers and shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, right.
Because that Helios looks like it could be very useful for utilities.
Oh yeah, a lot of things. That if it can fit, if a human can fit in there, send it in there.
Send it.
Let's see what's good.
Well,
We got a price tag on the Helios. I'm guessing
price
60K.
tag on the Helios. Hold
And
on,
it's
hold
just
on,
a pizza.
hold on. Helios
60K.
3.
$900 battery.
$350.
The price tag on the Helios 3. I'm going to
Okay.
Flyability right now. I'm on their site.
I said on the prices right, I want to bid $1.
I'm on their site right now, accept cookies. Applications, product, talk to. We don't want to play the video. Let's see if we can scroll
50K.
here on Helios 3. I'm saying off the top of my head, I'd say 15,000.
I say 50.
I'm trying to see if would they have something for. They're not going to have the price on their page from what I see here.
Well, who's gonna sell it? Best Buy?
At Costco.
Could you imagine?
In the back.
Somebody's got to broker it.
I'm looking. They probably want you to contact them.
I'll see what the Helios 2 costs.
All right. Let's do that. Hold
Should be on
on.
the same website, right?
Nope. Helios 3 got its own page. Helios 2 price.
Go to Flyability.
Let's see. Helios 2 had LiDAR too? They added.
Yes.
Okay, get a quote. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 6 batteries, a battery charger, an FPV charger. Look at this. Here's the Helios 2. And here's the controller. Sort of
That
DJI-ish.
controller looks kind of familiar.
It does. It looks a little DJI-ish, right?
I guess you
But
can
that's
buy
just
that.
an ergonomic.
I guess
Now,
you can
what's the
buy that.
battery life?
That's like a
I bet,
DJI.
I bet you can buy the right into that.
Now, Herman, you said
controller at
that
any.
you said it was
Chinese
16,000 loom.
Huh?
The
Yeah.
Helios 3 was 16,000 loom. This is 10,000 loom.
Yeah.
Right here, dust-proof lighting. There's no
Yep.
price. They want you to get a quote. They want a quote, guys.
We're going to find it. We're going to get it.
Yeah, hit it. Get a quote.
Yeah.
Find out. You click get a quote and fill out your information there.
Yeah, put your information in.
Nah, I'm good.
Tell them you need to get a quote on that. You looking for one. You
Hell,
want to fly in the park with the kids.
could
and
you
want to
imagine?
be able to- you want to be able to fly through the tube on the slide.
Rigor Mortis says Helios is cool, but I have my own eyes on a teal Golden Eagle, 16K. That's 16,000. Really want to try it, make some money with drones. I want to use it for construction survey and to volunteer it for IR, infrared search and rescue.
Okay.
All right. Well, you might want to hold on and see what they're doing with this Inspire 3 also.
Well,
Because supposedly the Inspire 3 is coming with a full frame sensor. Let me go to Twitter and confirm. Well,
Okay,
Our
I got
boy-
confirm it.
I got this I don't know where I'm at, but it says you can get a quote valid for 30 days by contacting our sales team through our contract form through one of our authorized resellers listed on our distributors page. So they're not giving it out.
Right.
They're not giving the price out.
yeah. And now check this out. Here on the Inspire, mention the Inspire 3, right? Here's something you might want to pay some attention to. Osita 55, who leaks all of these. This is a fixed camera for FPV. I can see that right there on the Inspire 3, and I'm clicking on it so you guys can see. The camera system was down here that got ripped off. This is that destroyed
Right, on
Inspire
the gimbal
3.
system.
But looking at all of this here, this camera rigging system,
Mhm.
the Inspire 3 question mark, full frame confirmed. Full
What
frame
then they
camera.
asking for it?
And it's compatible with X7 cameras from the
Okay,
Inspire
so
2.
all it what so you're saying the old lenses work,
Yes, according to what they're saying, yeah.
but the old lenses that were on it were for Micro Four Thirds, weren't they?
Yes. It says
So
it
those
fits
are
the
not going to work,
X7. The X7s were 4/3 sensors.
right? So how is that going to work?
Oh, Uncle Bill's Toy says the Ilios 2 started at 35,000.
See, I won.
Gee.
I bid $1. You guys went over.
I
Wow.
bid 50.
So I could only get an Ilios 0.5 with the 15,000 I said I thought it was worth. Not even.
I'm only good for 2 parachutes for 50K.
Only 2 shoots. That's it.
Only 2.
Wow, that's some serious stuff. But
I'm not
rigor
wasting
mortis,
my
if you're
time.
looking into it, if you look, I want to use it for construction IR, right? But
Helios
sounds
1,
interesting.
15K. Sorry.
I'm at the make a business plan blockhead stage.
What,
Well,
those two?
well, getting to what rigor mortis was saying, LiDAR is insanely expensive. That's what costs the most. Yes, you're 100% right. Because it's still in its early stages. But as the technology gets better, LiDAR will get cheaper, just like anything else.
Really? How long is that
At
going
least that's what I'm hoping.
They said that about the price of these televisions.
Please. When you look at it.
But what's the difference of putting a Mavic 2 in a cage and going to go fly that thing around?
Well, the Mavic 2 isn't waterproof.
And it needs GPS to be able to operate.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And just the waterproof factor.
That wins.
You know how, hey JSK, you know how easy OG you'll see in the world of FPV how easy your lens will fog in different weather conditions, flying from cool air into hot air and transversing back. You will see moisture form on your FPV lens. I've experienced it.
The drone lens?
Condensation, yes.
Yeah.
When you're over land.
How do you stop that?
Yeah. They have some shit called like that you put on your windshields, like Rain-X.
Okay, yeah.
I've heard of people putting that on their FPV lenses. That does help. How long it works, I cannot tell you. Lawrence, Herman's just chewing away and didn't offer us any. If I spend 35,000 on drone, I drive it to work. Uncle Bill's Toy,
really?
I'm with you.
Or is it gonna drive me to work?
Well, to be honest, for 35,000,
35,000, that is your work.
For 35,000, I expect it to be that shit that dude stands on and flies around.
No, if it's 35,000, that is your work.
Yeah, you're right. That is your job.
You seen those Formula One FPV racing drones where you sit inside and they you control it like that?
The Jetson 1.
I'm good.
The Jetson 1.
I'm good.
Yeah,
well,
see,
see,
good.
you might be able to fit in it, but me at 270, 265, it ain't getting off the ground. The motors are gonna smoke.
First off, I'm good.
I'll get it.
Herman,
I'll pick you guys up.
I agree with you, Herman. You know what? I don't know. I would like to experience it.
You'd have to clear out all of the trees and shit where there's no temptation. Because if you listen, I'm that guy that's always looking at clear the area, and then we can operate first.
Well, you know what? And here you go, Herman.
Just in case of an
Here you go,
emergency.
Herman. This would be an
You
area for you.
smack into a tree.
I agree with you. This would be an area for me as well. This is the Jetson one.
Not
This
enough
one
water.
has a better. This one seems to have a better roll cage than a few of them that I have seen.
It lands better hard in water.
I would try it.
That's my 35K. Take my money. You can have it right now.
There you go. Exactly.
You know that, Lawrence? It lands
What?
it lands better hard in water.
It lands better in water.
You just gotta put in the stick time. Yeah, that's me all day, man. That's me. I'll pimp that.
Well, stop right here. You see this? This is my only problem with this.
Uh-huh.
You see how the roll cage is here?
Mhm.
If you had roll cage bars on the side, I would get in it, because these props are no joke.
Well,
You
you
hit
see, Lawrence,
first
that's
of all,
the thing.
You hit a
Keep
bird
all
with,
hands inside the vehicle.
But Lawrence, I'm quite sure that they've done numerous tests where they've probably had to test those things dislodging.
right.
They probably don't go. They don't get in there.
Now here's my problem. These props.
Not yet.
Just say hypothetically, just
One
say
came loose.
a bird comes too close, you got bird and blood and guts all over your ass until you land.
Okay, so here's what you do. If the guy that's delivering for the Chinese restaurant is smart enough to do it, you could do this too. Just get some plastic, right? And put it on the side. So that way that don't happen.
Yeah, I need me a windshield.
There's places that have clear plastic, hard plastic. You can put a thing in, and they have these little bolts you can put into the side of it.
Uh-huh.
Creates like a little hook, and then on the bottom and the top, and you can screw it right down.
Well,
and you got windows now.
hey, Adrian Mateo, what's good, man?
Adrian!
I would definitely get in that.
Rigor Mortis
That's-
FPV is an FPV pilot. He says I would take it way up and power loop it.
Yeah, see? He's not worried about the bugs in his teeth and the birds that might fall in his lap.
As a motorcycle guy, I think that helmet on that FPV Jetson 1 is pretty much is useless. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm worried about a broken neck rather than me scratching my face.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
So
you.
that helmet is kind of useless, truthfully.
Okay.
You got that roll cage is good, but maybe a windshield. But if you fall, ain't no helmet gonna protect you from impact.
Angie, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Angie.
Appreciate
You ever
it.
got a rock hit you in the face?
Thank you so
That
much. for the
happens on a
super
motorcycle.
chat,
So I
Angie.
mean, that's part. Ain't no rocks in the air though. You gotta worry about bugs and birds.
Right. So I'm saying, as you talking about coming from a motorcycle, don't you like having that shield where like a rock or something hit that, and instead of that, now it's hitting you in the face.
I
So
mean,
anything that's up in the air that's
But
out
to be
there.
honest, Herman,
you
the
get
shields
something.
on the motorcycles are so freaking small. If a rock was coming
No,
at you,
on
it's gonna
on
hit
the helmet.
you. Oh yeah. Hell
On
yeah.
the helmet.
Well, I'm
that's
gonna
cool.
tell you,
I cool.
I've been hit.
take it.
I was hit on a motorcycle many, many years ago, and I had just switched from the
Mhm.
helmet, like without the chin guard,
Full
to the
face.
helmet with the chin guard, and a van hit me head on. I hit the windshield, saw the
Right.
sky 2 times, and when I landed on the ground and looked up, that shield that was in the middle, I just got the chin
Right.
guard. The shin was split down the middle. A doctor
Yeah.
told me in the ER, he said, if you didn't have that chin guard, that would have been your face that split like that.
Yeah, but that's from sliding and impact. But when you got a roll cage dropping down, you're not.
Mm.
I mean, coming down vertically,
Yeah.
maybe you might have a little some of this, but
They call it shaken baby brain syndrome. When you get on a roller coaster and you still feel like you're like, you know, the same thing would happen. I would
Yeah.
agree. If it had a parachute, I'm for it. If it had a parachute, I'm for it.
$10,000 parachute.
But then again, the parachute's only effective at a
Hold on a
certain
second.
altitude.
Hold on. You're gonna sell me a $2,000 parachute for my drone that's about this big.
I know, right? So that big is probably the price of a
Now,
small
the
painting
drone
on a
that
car.
I can ride in, how much you think that matter of fact, man? Listen, how about we just co-own the drone
You see what JSK
for the
put?
price of it, for the
You see
usage
what
of the
JSK
parachute?
put in the chat, he says helmets let you have an open casket funeral.
Right. Understandable. No, but what I'm saying to you is, for the price of a parachute for that, how about we just co-own the drone? How about we co-own the drone for the usage of your parachute?
Or we all do our pre-flight checks, make sure everything's in order, and we don't worry about a crash.
Okay, watch this. You have insurance, life insurance?
Yep.
You expecting to go outside and die tomorrow?
Possible. Not expecting
everything is a possibility.
Yeah,
right. So everything is a possibility. So we don't buy insurance for hoping that we die, but it's just in case.
Yeah, but you can't just in case a parachute.
So, but that's what a parachute is for.
Helmets help
it's a lost link and you cannot recover.
Helmets help you.
Parachute.
Somebody put helmets make it easier to identify you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Pretty much. That's just like the parachute.
Listen, guys. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, a parachute doesn't stop you from downtime of not having the drone. If your legs still get broken from the impact, then you still got to send it in to get fixed. If I'm gonna spend anything over $40 for a parachute, I need my drone still to work 100%. It's still got downtime, and I might as well. Downtime is the same with a crash or not.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I do agree. Rigor Mortis says roll those dice, but guys, it's that magic time. It's time to get the hell out of here.
All right.
Sky Control Productions, we appreciate you coming in. OG.
Thank you for having me. Sorry I was late.
Don't worry about it. Herman, you got anything you want to say?
No, other than we'll be back again on Wednesday with some
tomorrow. I'm sorry. Tomorrow I will be on Ray Kelly's live stream, and Thursday I will be on, and Thursday I will be on Gary's on Brant Ariel's live stream.
Yeah, Lawrence is on tour, so he'll be on all week. I
got to pack the suitcase, I'm traveling this week, live stream.
Lawrence is on tour.
What you got, OG?
I just wanted to say, I got a video that just hit 1K in less than 2 weeks. It's Big Waves in Waikiki. Really proud of that video. If you guys want to just take a look at that.
Okay.
Put the link in the chat before we get out of here, if you can. Can you?
I'll try.
Let me see if I can do it before we get out of here. We appreciate you all. We appreciate the support. Sky Control Productions. See, I'm quick on the draw. Let's see. Which video is it?
Big Waves in Waikiki.
Okay, let's see. Surf and Lifestyle, Waikiki All-Stars.
Further down. I post every day, so it's like further down. Big Waves in Waikiki. I got it. Here it is.
Okay.
Sure.
The playlist stopped.
Yes, in videos. You gotta. I'm on the way.
What the hell are they putting numbers in for? These guys are funny.
Oh.
Hey, Quadcopters and Tech. Sorry, man, you got here a little late. We're about to get out of here after OG. The Sky Control Productions puts his chat in.
I got it.
And we appreciate all you guys. You guys have a great evening. Be safe, fly safer. Herman, OG, thank you guys for coming on. And that's it. We're out of here.
Good night, everyone.
Aloha.